All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited. I'm here with my girl, Tiffany White. Tiffany is an entrepreneur. She's an owner of a notary company. I'm gonna let some people, sign on in, but Tiffany's gonna be able to tell you what's it all about? What does a notary do? What they're responsible for? Because sometimes I don't even know. You know what I mean? So I'm so glad to have you here. Tiffany, tell everybody your name, who you are, and what you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tiffany White. I started a notary business called Tiffany White Travel and Notary Business. And I'm here in Philadelphia. I service the whole state of Pennsylvania.
Okay. So tell us, Tiff, what is the job of a notary?
So we are officially a member of the state. So basically, the state trusts us with official documents that need to be notarized by regular civilians, judges, lawyers. And so we have to take a test in order to become a notary.
Okay.
And so we're official business, official state person with the state of Pennsylvania as a notary.
Okay. So for those who might ask about notary, if you have a will, if you have some documents that need to be signed, some documents, or you're applying for a grant, and it says, it must be signed by a notary. You know what I mean? You can also get it done. Banks have notaries and all. So it can cover a variety of documents that need to be authenticated. Would that be the best way also to explain it, Tiff?
Yes, it's an official document. Once the notary stamps it, it's an official document and recognized by the state of Pennsylvania. So that document holds up in the court of law.
Okay. And it verifies.
Yes,
so
it verifies.
Go ahead, say it again.
It verifies that this document is official. If anyone has to take it to court or they need to show proof, the notary is basically like a witness. We witness that this document is official, the person signed it, and we actually ask them for their ID.
Okay, great. So why did you start this business? Where did you see the need in our community for this business? Why did you start it? You freezing, Tiff. Tiff, you're freezing. You're freezing on your end. Give us 1 second, everybody.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Actually,
Tiff, you might want to start from the beginning why you started this company, because you keep freezing. Are you on your computer?
I am.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, can you get closer? Can you get closer to your Can you get closer to your modem? Can you get closer to your modem? Tiff, give us 1 second, everybody. We're going to see if we can reconnect Tiff. I think she's having some technical issues. Give us 1 second, everybody. I'm going to remove you, Tiff. Hold on 1 second, everyone. I'm going to try to have her log out and then log back in. Thank you so much for your patience. You're watching ODUNDE365's our entrepreneur spotlight, where we spotlight entrepreneurs. We're just waiting for Tiffany to come, for her to log back in. Okay, so let's see. Tiffany, we're going to have Tiffany try to log back in. Let me see if I can get him right now. Hold on a second. Tiff, can you hear me? Tiff, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Give us 1 second, everyone. Give us 1 second. Let me see. Can you hear me, Tiff? I can't hear your microphone. Your microphone.
Hey, hold on. Can you hear me?
There we go. I can hear you now. We're back on. There we go. There we go.
That's better.
Much better. Okay, great. So thank you, everyone, for your patience. You're watching ODUNDE365 Entrepreneur Spotlight. I'm Oshunbumi Fernandez-West. I'm the CEO of Odunde. We have Tiffany White. She's owner of Tiffany White Traveling Notary Company. She's a notary. She notarizes documents. She's a notary. A notary. What's the proper title?
No, notary.
Notary. Okay.
Notary.
So Tiffany was just saying.
Public. Notary public.
She was just saying why she started her company. Why did you start your company?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. So my grandmother, the late Dorothy D. Allen, she was talking to me one day about her being a notary. And when I was young, I used to go with her to different people's homes where she would notarize documents. And one day she said to me in the car, she was like, I want you to do this. You should become a notary. And I was like, what's a notary, Grandma? And she broke it down to me. She told me where to go, what to do. And from that point on, I've been a notary for 10 plus years.
Wow. Okay. So you were inspired by your grandmother.
I was inspired by my grandmother. Yes.
What is the need that you see in our community for this type of service?
Oh, it's a great need. Ever since the pandemic, my notary business has truly increased because with banks being closed, folks are not able to get certain documents notarized. And I will also say some banks will not notarize certain things. They just, they want the person to be there. For instance, I had a client who was in Jefferson's Hospital before the pandemic. And unfortunately, he was, very sickly and his family needed a notary and they went to a local bank and the bank said, well, he has to come here. So somehow someone passed my information to him like instantly that evening. And I went right to Jefferson and notarized his documents. So I do go to hospital, nursing homes before the pandemic. But since the pandemic, I've been, traveling out.
Yeah, so the key thing is that you're mobile. And that's so important, Tiff, because like you said, some people might be bedridden, might be homebound, and they can't. So the key thing is that about you coming to them is great. Do you see people thanking you for coming to them?
Oh, yeah, they're so grateful. They're like so appreciative that they're able to get in contact with a notary that's able to come to the comfort of their home and do their services. Yep.
These services, yes. So how did you raise the startup money to start your company?
I actually just, I work every day 9 to 5 and I just put the money aside and saved it and went through the necessary process. It cost me about $300, $350 to do everything because you have to have equipment. You have to get sworn in by the city of Philadelphia down at City Hall. You also have to pay for your application fee and all of that. So it was well worth me doing the investment and investing in this product and services for people.
So the key thing is that you invested in yourself. And so many people don't do that. Tell me why you took out the time to really invest in yourself, Tiff.
Well, I'm going to say this. I have entrepreneurship in my blood. And so, with my grandmother and all my other family members who are entrepreneurs, I decided to invest in myself because I knew that there will be a great outcome out of it. And here I'm actually making extra money in the middle of a pandemic. So that's the blessing.
So you said that your business has really grown since the pandemic. How have you protected yourself during the pandemic? Have you protected yourself if you're going to people's houses and you were limited to going to people's houses? How did you do that?
Well, what I've been doing is for the first part of the pandemic, back in in March, I was getting an increase of folks who were needing some documents notarized. So I actually had them come to my house and drop it in my mailbox. And
Okay.
so I worked out a little system, and they would have to sign my book. I would drop it in the mailbox. They have to sign my book, and also provide their ID. And then also the state did allow us as notaries to do electronic way as well to prevent
Okay.
any
Okay.
issues or concerns with you being concerned with the COVID. I kind of came up with my own method. And of course, I'm very particular in terms of who house I may go to. Some of my clients request for us to do it outside, which is not a problem with me as long as we all have our mask and hand sanitizer and things like that. So, and everyone uses their own pen. So I have my own pen, they have their own pen.
Okay. Great. So it's named after you. How do people? Who inspires you? Who inspires you, Tiffany, to keep going on those days when you're like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like going to this client. Who inspires you to keep going?
My grandmother.
Oh, that's right,
Her
Tiff.
spirit, her spirit inspires me, because I often hear her say, this is a great way for you to make some extra money.
Yes.
She was always that type of person. So she inspires me to keep going and of course making the money.
Yeah, I know that's right. Tiff, I know that's right. Yes. So, Tiff, you being an entrepreneur and you being a parent of daughters, how has them seeing you do what you do inspired them?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Boom, because both of them definitely has been inspired. They may not have said much, but I noticed little things that they've been doing. My one daughter started a lip gloss line. She's my creative child, I call her. She's very into the, making up the things to make up her lip gloss line. And then my other daughter, she just stumbled across braiding hair. So she's like, I want to start braiding hair. So she had her first little client here at the house. She was braiding her first clients here. She did really well. So, they've been watching me, and that's a good thing as a parent, as a single mom, inspiring my daughters to make their own money and to also, give back. And the way that they're giving back is a healthy way and also through beauty.
Wow. So hopefully sometime down the road, I can have both of them on here and we can spotlight them. It'd be really great if we can do that.
Yes.
So how are you pivoting during this pandemic? What has this pandemic taught you about pivoting?
Pivoting. Wow. So social media has really I don't know if you noticed, but I know a couple people call me and say, oh, I noticed you put your notary information up. I put it up every morning on Facebook. Sometimes I set certain times, like I might do it 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, or I might do it at 12 noon. I try to do that every day, and it's been really helping my business. I also attach it to some of the groups that's on Facebook. One particular lady called me and said, could you put your information on my group page for seniors? So I've built clients and relationships. I do some seniors over at St. John Newman. They call me and ask me, can I come? I charge them a small discount because I know some of them are on fixed income. So that's another way that I'm giving back to the community. And so I'm just grateful to be able to do that pivoting with my business, and social media has really helped me, push it and take it far.
That is great. Social media can be good and bad, right?
Right.
What do you think the bad side of social media can be for your business?
Well, I do have my phone number on here for people to reach out if they need something notarized, and I have gotten some crazy messages, but I ignore it because oh, I need something notarized, but it doesn't seem legit to me, so I don't go forward with it. I had one guy ask me to notarize something. He was like, I can't pay you until next week. So it was just a lot of different things. So it's this business is it has to be, you need something notarized, I'm coming to do it, but you got to pay me the same day. It can't be next week.
That's right. That's right, Tiff. Tiff, what advice would you give your what advice would you give the 21-year-old Tiffany? What advice would you give the 21-year-old Tiffany?
Wow, advice I would give 21-year-old Tiffany. To pursue even harder your goals and dreams. Do not let any distractions to come your way. Just focus on what you want to do, your drive, and your vision and goals of where you want to become a little bit more. I think for me, back then I kind of procrastinated a little bit, and I'm gonna be honest, but I would tell any young person, do not procrastinate. Fear comes up, and fear of unknown, fear of, am I going to do it right? But, you just encourage yourself around other entrepreneurs and other people you see doing businesses. It'll work. I went to a women's event, and there was a woman there, small business lady. She's on Facebook, and she said to me, "You have a great business." When she told me that, I was like so inspired from there. And I'm grateful for that conversation with her.
Wow. Tiff, what advice would you give to young entrepreneurs who are just starting out? What advice would you give to them?
Invest in yourself, number one. If you have a support system, supportive family members that you can go to and say, hey, can you invest in something that I'm trying to do? If it's a t-shirt line, if it's a makeup line, if it's jewelry that you want to buy, if you go to AC Moore or Michael's and you want to create bracelets or whatever the case may be, ask your family members, friends, people who love you and want to pour into you and want to see you successful. That's what I would tell young people today, to focus on that and invest in themselves. Don't wait. That's what you want. And write your goals and dreams down. I keep a journal of writing some things down that I want to accomplish and get them accomplished as soon as possible. And, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do it. Just do it.
Just do it. I know that's right, Tiff. So, Tiff, what advice do you wish you would have received before starting your business?
What advice I wish I would have received before I started my business?
What do you wish somebody would have told you? A pitfall, how to deal with a pitfall, how to deal with a process.
Some of my notary stories is a little funny. So someone should have told me when it comes to divorce papers.
Tiff, what happened, Tiff? You can't get no particular, but what happened, Tiff?
I had some clients, it's difficult. Like, if both parties are not in agreement, the notary is in the middle. So I kind of feel like
yes.
Like somebody should have told me about divorce papers. Maybe you can avoid it. Maybe you can just focus on maybe close friends or family members. That everyone has a kind of level head. Because I've been in some situations where I was like, and the clock is ticking and the money is clicking. So if you want me to come and notarize and one party not doing what they're supposed to do, I can sit there all day as long as I get paid. But I've had some crazy stories with divorce papers. And I always tell them, like, do I need to have police officers with me? Because
that's right.
No drama.
You don't want no drama. So, what lessons has entrepreneurship taught you? What lessons?
What lesson entrepreneurship has taught me? To be professional, to be on time, to make sure that you ask the proper questions that you need to ask when you're with your clients, to also go over every document that I notarize, every paper, make sure everyone's information is signed correctly. That's the most important lessons that I've learned doing this, just making sure that my client is happy. And I also, I'm in the process of sending thank you notes to all of my clients for just, reaching out to me and looking up my information. That's something that I definitely will tell entrepreneurs, is always send a thank you to those that, use your services and your product.
So as we wind down, Tiff, you know what I mean? And you see you have your children, you did a wonderful job. Both of your children are out of high school, am I correct?
Yes, one is 22 and the other one will be 20 October 30th.
Wow. So you got women. You no longer have teenagers, Tiff. So Tiff, tell me about how is it they say that, children need you more when they get older. Do you see that?
For me, no, pretty much they we talk about, young adult issues that they're dealing with. They bounce off of me, Mom, what do you think about this? In terms of decision making, and I have them, think it out before they make the decision, and so my girls are pretty much, I guess they see the strength in me. They just continue to be strong and do what they gotta do. And handle their business. And that's the most important thing I tell them. Always handle your business.
Always handle your business. Tiff, well, our last question to wind down. What do you do to relieve stress? All right, one more question after that. What do you do to relieve stress? I got one more question after that.
What do I do to relieve stress?
Mm-hmm.
I exercise.
Okay.
I exercise. I go out every day and walk around my neighborhood park or run. I exercise and it helps relieve a lot of stress. A lot of stress. And then sometimes if I want, I might, drink a little wine here and there. But really exercising is the key thing.
Great. Now, my last question. Tiff, how do you find that balance between work and play?
Balance between work and play? Boomy, I'm always working.
Yes. That's what I said. How do you find that balance?
Wow. I take mental health days. Like today, I took a mental health day. I took a mental health day from work, not answering any emails, text messages, things like that. And then, on the weekends, I go out and try to have fun with my friends. Just recently, I went out with my cousins. We all went out to dinner, just to vibe and talk about our family history. So, yeah, that's how I do. I might take a mental health day and just take a couple days. Or one of my favorite things is going to the beach. I love the beach and the water.
Well, this is great. Tiff, please tell everybody what's your phone number. How do they reach you for your services?
So to reach me, you can email me at Tiffany White at tiffanyWhite@gmail.com, or you can also call me at 267-574-3943. I'm on Instagram at T White Traveling Notary Services. You can find me there, T White Traveling Notary Services, and I'm also on Facebook as well. I did just recently do a Facebook ad, which caused me to get a lot more clients as well. And then I post also in the group. But you can find me on Facebook under my name, Tiffany White, and then T White Traveling Notary Service on Instagram.
All right, so I posted your phone number, Tiffany White, 267-574-3943. Tiffany, thank you so much.
Thank you, Boomy. I appreciate you, my sister.
You're welcome. Please support this wonderful sister, support her business, spread the word. You can go to find her on Instagram at TW Traveling Notary.
Yep.
On Instagram, her phone number is 267-574-3943. It's in the comments. Please give this wonderful woman, support her business. She's professional, punctual, on time. I've used you a couple of times. You were always on time, always professional. So thank you so much, Tiffany. Thank you.
All right, bye, everybody. Thanks, Boomy.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. You're watching ODUNDE365 Entrepreneur Spotlight. If you would like for us to, if you know a business owner, or if you are a business owner and you'd like for us to highlight you, please go to our Instagram page at Odunde Festival and DM us your information, and we can feature you in our Entrepreneur Spotlight segment every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. with another entrepreneur who's doing positive things in his business. And we'll see you later. Thank you, everyone. See you next Tuesday. You're watching ODUNDE365 Entrepreneur Spotlight.